Hi everyone, on Saturday the 20th of June, the final day of the Royal Meeting at Ascot. It's been a really tough week, fast ground, ultra competitive racing. Hopefully we finish on a high. We start off with our daily nap, sponsored by Michael Cannon Bookmakers. Goes in the 420, it's the 7 furlong Jersey Stakes, a Group 3, some really interesting runners here, and I think Glory Forever is overpriced for the Marco Botti yard. Now, this one is a very progressive handicapper, and I often find that handicappers who go into group company tend to get dismissed. They're labelled as handicappers and not thought to be the class of the front ones. That may be the case with Glory Forever, but he was so taking at this track last time out, coming from last to first under a very confident ride on fast ground and showing a really smart turn of foot that I did think he'd be well capable of at least listed company going forwards. He comes from an excellent yard in Marco Botti, of having a terrific season. We've got some excellent young horses, and Marco Gianni knows him really well. He'll be dropped out last, ridden for luck. Hopefully they go a really strong gallop, which does look quite likely. They've certainly been going off very hard in most of these straight course races throughout the week, and Glory Forever can cut them down late at a double figure price. Our value angle selection, sponsored by Michael Cannon Racing, goes in the 535, the Golden Gates handicap, over 1 mile 2, and I'm strong here on Sahara King from the Richard Hannon yard. Now, Richard's having a really good time of things at the minute, 9 winners in the last 14 days at the time of recording with Sahara King, but is a very progressive performer. He's only run 4 times in his life, 2 handicaps. I think you can argue he possibly should have won both of them in truth, and certainly last time out at Newbury he got beaten by Lost Boys, who reopposes this afternoon, and I thought he should definitely have won that race. He was given an awful lot of ground to make up and then made his ground up very quickly. A bit of trouble in running as well, not helping, and just touched off there. Basically, he's a very progressive performer with more to come. I think this 1 mile 2 in a big field, a strongly run race, should set things up ideally for James Doyle to come through late with any luck in running. The remaining 5 races on ITV, all televised on this final day at the Royal Meeting, starting with the Norfolk at 2:30, a 5 furlong Group 2. Well, Orthodox comes from the Clive Cox yard, who've got a very nice team this season, and he looks an extremely smart performer when landing hefty market confidence at Salisbury first time out, travelling really strongly, shaken up and readily asserting, despite looking a little bit green when first asked a question. He's now straight up into Group 2 company, which wouldn't be Clive's usual modus operandi. He's pretty realistic with his horses and places them carefully, so I think it's extremely significant that he's put Orthodox in this Group 2, and hopefully he can maintain his unbeaten record. The 305, the Hardwicke, a 1 mile 4 Group 2. We're going with the French raider Goliath here. Christophe Soumillon's had a mixed old week. It has to be said, he got quite a lengthy ban for an aggressive ride earlier in the week. Well, obviously he's a top-class jockey when things go to plan, and Goliath has won 9 of his 20 career starts, returned as good as ever, judged by a Shanty win at the end of May, and he seems sure to give his running again with these conditions. No bother at all. The 340, the Group 1 Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes. Well, I think Lake Forest is overpriced here for William Haggis. William's had a terrific week. His horses are flying as ever, and this classy sprinter made a really impressive return to the fray when winning a valuable Haydock listed prize last time out, quickening up really smartly from off the pace under a very confident ride. Kieran Fallon's booked for the ride. He'll be looking to cut them down late at a double figure price. I think is a very fair bet. Some of the front of the market, there's loads of pace on, and Lake Forest will definitely be ridden with patience over this 6 furlong trip. The Wokingham at 5 o'clock, a 6 furlong cavalry charge. Well, I think Royal Zabil is interesting here, with Mick Appleby going better. Mick's been in the wilderness for many months, certainly very quiet. Usually has regular winners, but they've been quiet, certainly for the opening months of the flat season. He has had 2 winners though in the last fortnight, and Royal Zabil ran a screamer in the Victoria Cup over 7 furlongs here in May, at a time when the yard was still in the doldrums, and I think he can return to winning form. I don't mind these horses dropping back to 6 furlongs who've been running over further, because Royal Zabil will be crossing the line strongly. Again, millions of trailblazers in this race. They're going to go a million miles an hour. Hopefully Royal Zabil finds himself on the right part of the track and then swoop later around about 20 to 1 under Jason Watson. And finally, to end what's been a very testing week. The 6:10, the Queen Alexandra, a 2-mile 6-furlong contest. Well, French Master has been expensive to follow since undergoing a gelding operation in the closed season, but he has got a touch of class, and there's no doubt that this sort of mark is a lot better than that. It's just a question of whether he stays, but I do think he's just the sort of horse, he'll cruise round here on the bridle, cantering all over them, and if he sees out 2-mile 6, I think he'll win pretty readily. That is the if, but you're getting about 4-1 to find out, and I think he could be a class above these rivals. Best of luck on the final day at the Royal Meeting, everyone. Please do like and do comment with your own fancies and selections in the comment section underneath. Subscribe to the free YouTube channel if you haven't already, and do check out our sponsor Michael Cannon Bookmakers. Michael's been grafting away in Tattersalls all week. A few of you have gone up to see him, opened up accounts. He's offering extremely fair prices from his board directly onto his new website, so it's well worth taking advantage of his opinions and generosity.